Hi everybody, Rochelle here from Quebec CICHLIDS. Today I'm going to show you how to fix a broken hang-on back filter. Before we get started, I'd like you to hit that subscribe button. I post new content on every Thursday, so make sure not to miss a single episode. So in the past couple of weeks, I've honestly been under the impression that everything is breaking down on me. If you've seen last week's episode, I had to redo a whole multi-aquarium shelf. I had to move and fix about 18 aquariums. It was quite a job. But in my big tanks, I was not spared, and actually many of my hang-on back filters broke. So let me show you how to fix them. If your hang-on back filter is leaking, that can be one of many reasons. Either the sponge or the ceramics are jam-packed and they are floating to the top, raising the water level and having the water overflow. If that is the case, well, just clean it more often. On the other hand, what it can also be is either a cracked box. So let's say you have the box of the filter and there's a little crack on it, that could do. Or if the motor is not in place. So if this is the case and you have a cracked box, well, you're gonna have to order a new one from your local fish store. They usually can order them for you. But the main reason you're watching this is not because it's leaking. It's probably because it's making noise or it's stopped. So if your filter's not leaking, you're probably here because it's making a lot of noise. Actually, I'm happy to say that it is a super easy fix. So actually, the noise that you hear is a warning sound that maybe in a week, a month, who knows, it might break. So you want to fix it as soon as possible. If you don't, what might happen, and this always happens to me, is that if ever there is a freak power outage, well, your filter might not start up again. So here is my AquaClear 110 that I'll be fixing, just one of them. So this is where the magic happens. This is the motor. So you just remove it by twisting it off. Should come off easy. Make sure before that you emptied it of its water, or else you'll be very wet. Here you go. So here we are. There are two parts in this. Now what you see here is sand, a lot of it. I use ultrafine sand in this aquarium and it is what broke the filter. African cichlids are aquascape artists and they have the crazy hobby of throwing sand in the filter and seeing if it will stop. Well, this one did. So if ever you have ultrafine sand, just clean your filter a little more often by removing all of this and just rinsing it underwater. So first thing you check is the impeller. All right, here you go. So if this part is broken, I actually already rinsed it a little bit, but you're gonna wanna rinse it very often. Just a good cleaning will do. While you're cleaning it, pull on it a little bit. If it's broken, these two parts, the top part and the bottom part, will separate. So in my case, that is not broken. But don't be fooled. After that, you have to check the magnet, because the magnet could be broken as well. Sometimes you'll see a crack on the bottom. In my case, do you see down the middle, there is a huge line that's actually the magnet that broke, and it cannot spin anymore. Fixing this part is super easy. Just replace it with a new one. Hooray! All fixed right out of the store. Ta-da! So once we're done with the impeller, we check the shaft out. For this, we have to remove it. Okay, whew. Sometimes you have to pull a little harder than others. So here is the old shaft, and here is a new one. This is what it's supposed to look like. In this case, it's used up. The action of the impeller spinning around the shaft actually just eats it up, and it gets smaller in the middle, as you can see. I've honestly seen it get worse than this, but when it starts to be like this, it makes a lot of noise because the impeller isn't spinning straight. If you lose electricity, the impeller might fall off of its axis and not start up again. So that's pretty dangerous. That is why your filter might stop. So we're gonna have to change this. Before changing the shaft and the impeller, make sure you just clean with some water, just rinse out the interior. Especially in this case, I'm putting my finger in it and it is sandy. So once you've cleaned this up, and I use one of these little brushes to help just clean that out, One side is done, just reassemble. So there is a little hole inside. I honestly wasn't able to get a good shot of it because of the lighting. So just fit this in the hole, you'll be able to see it. And I usually push it a little bit on the table just to get it in there, get it solid. Oops. All right, so now it's solid. It's not coming out just by pulling it a little. You saw how before I had to pull it out with tweezers? Well, yeah, that's why. Before changing all of this, if you're not able to fit the shaft in, if it comes out easily and you try to put it back in and it doesn't seem to hold, well then you're gonna have to buy a new motor. That means your motor is too old and what holds the shaft, that cannot be changed. So you're gonna have to go with a new one. So this is done. Impeller, just plop it right there. And well, after having cleaned the sand that's in the AquaClear, just plop it right back. And spin. One done. I have like a million more to go. This is actually one of the easiest filters to fix. So keep your filter clean, but not too clean. I actually have a full video about this. If ever your filter starts making noise, well then take it apart, and usually it's just the shaft that you have to change. And if you let it go for a lot longer, you'll have to change the impeller, which is, well, more expensive. This is really not too expensive a piece, and you can get it at your local fish stores. Most fish stores, if they sold you the AquaClear, they'll be holding this part for sure, or they'll be able to order it for you. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, well, there is plenty more where that came from. I post a new video every week, so subscribe to the channel not to miss a single one. If you want more fishy stuff in between videos, well, you can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, on Twitter, and I have a great website where you can shop online and see all the fish I have for sale. I ship throughout Canada. If you like this Cichlid Geek shirt that I'm wearing, you can get it in my Teespring store. Every sale helps this channel out a lot. So thank you to everyone who's already purchased the t-shirt and who has encouraged my store by shopping on the website. So thanks for tuning in. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye!